You ever just watch something and just instantly know you're witnessing something special? That's what watching Sinners felt like. From the moment the opening shot lit up the screen, I was hooked, completely transported to a dark mythic version of the Mississippi Delta, steeped in blues, blood, and pain. Ryan Coogler has crafted something truly unique here, a genre fusion that shouldn't work but does, and it might just be my favorite horror film of the year so far.
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Sinners, the new vampire action horror gangster mashup from Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther, Creed, and Fruitvale Station. This has easily been one of the most hyped horror films of the year, and with a Marvel-level budget of $90 million, it's a rare breed. After seeing it, I can honestly say it completely delivered. It's currently my favorite horror release of the year, and potentially my favorite release of 2025 so far. There's still a lot coming out this year, but I can already see this being in my top 5 by year's end. This is a truly generational experience. Before we get into the plot synopsis and the review, just a quick reminder. If you're enjoying this content and want to help support the channel, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support my channel further, you can subscribe to my Patreon for just $1 a month. It helps me keep making reviews like this one. And if you want to go the extra mile, for $5 a month, you can request a movie for me to review. It's a great way to get your favorites featured on the channel. In Sinners, Michael B. Jordan plays twin brothers Smoke and Stack, former soldiers and bootleggers who return to their Mississippi hometown in 1932 after years working under Capone's outfit in Chicago. Armed with rolls of cash and cases of Irish beer, their goal is to open a juke joint in a rundown sawmill bought from a racist landowner. They hope their little cousin Sammy, played by music talent Miles Caton, will help them run it. But despite their best efforts, they can't keep the Jim Crow South at bay. And what begins as a dream to create a safe haven quickly devolves into a nightmare. As the night wears on, a bloodthirsty company arrives, and the brothers are forced to face horrors both human and supernatural. What surprised me most about Sinners was just how layered the story is. On the surface, it's a vampire flick, but it's also a story about returning home, about the trauma of war, about racism and culture and family. There's an entire tapestry of themes woven into the plot. The film tackles black identity, masculinity, post-war disillusionment, and even the commodification of black music. And while there's plenty of room to read into the vampires as allegory, be it for whitewashing, cultural erasure, or social conformity, it never sacrifices the surface-level thrills. Even without engaging with the subtext, it works as a horror action tale. But yes, this is a slow burn. It takes its time establishing the characters, the setting, and the mood before the vampire mayhem begins. And honestly, I appreciated that. It made the climax all the more powerful. Coogler and co-writer Joe Robert Cole wrap up every character arc and subplot with care, and I have to shout this out. Do not leave during the credits. The 5-minute mid-credits sequence is essential, an epilogue that ties everything together in a beautiful, haunting way. Michael B. Jordan absolutely delivers in dual roles. As Smoke and Stack, he plays two distinctly different personalities, one more hot-headed and idealistic, the other cautious and world-weary. The scenes where he interacts with himself are seamless, technically impressive, and emotionally rich. You feel the brotherly bond, the tension, and the unspoken history between them. Miles Caton making his film debut is a revelation. His character Sammy is the emotional core of the story, and Caton brings a raw vulnerability and authenticity that really grounds the film. His musical background shines, especially during the performance scenes, which never feel like detours but essential storytelling moments. Hailee Steinfeld plays against type here, and it works. She's more sultry and enigmatic than we've ever seen her, and she brings a lot of complexity to a character who could have easily been one note. Jack O'Connell plays the villainous vampire leader with a menacing charisma, and when he's on screen it's hard to look away, whether he's serenading outside the juke joint or tearing into his prey. The supporting cast, Delroy Lindo, Omar Benson Miller, Lee Jun Lee, Jamie Lawson, Wunmi Mosaku, each bring depth to their roles. There's not a single wasted character here. Everyone feels integral to the story. Music is practically a character in this film. It's not just a soundtrack, it's narrative. We get a stunning blend of blues, gospel, Irish folk, Chinese classical, and bluegrass. There's a standout sequence that visually and orally weaves together various musical cultures across time, and it floored me. It's one of the most visually creative and emotionally powerful sequences I've seen in a long time. It's Coogler flexing all his directorial muscles at once. Once the vampire action hits, it's exhilarating. The third act set piece is clearly inspired by From Dusk Till Dawn. Characters hold up in a nightclub-like space while fending off bloodthirsty hordes. The choreography is slick, the gore is plentiful, and the tension is razor sharp. The film doesn't shy away from violence, but it never feels gratuitous. Every bit of bloodshed serves a purpose. The vampire design is both classic and fresh. Glowing eyes, sharp fangs, bloodlust-driven drooling, it's all there, but used with style. One of the coolest aspects is how Coogler leans into the classic trope of vampires needing to be invited in. It becomes a narrative device with vampires trying to manipulate and charm their way into spaces. This leads to some seriously tense exchanges. Visually, the vampires have an ethereal, almost musical quality, especially in scenes where they taunt characters with dance and song. This movie is a visual feast. The color palette, burnt oranges, deep browns, bloody reds, is stunning and gives the entire film a tactile, lived-in quality. There's a richness to every frame that makes it feel like a dark fairy tale or a gothic western. The cinematography enhances the mythic scope of the story while grounding it in a gritty reality. The musical culture showcase scene I mentioned earlier is a standout moment, but the whole film is packed with beautiful imagery. Now, one small issue I had was that in some scenes, the heavy southern accents made the dialogue hard to catch. This isn't necessarily a flaw of the film, it's authentic, but I do think some viewers, myself included, may benefit from subtitles on a rewatch to fully absorb every line. The only real criticism I have is that I wanted more. The vampire climax, while stylish and intense, feels like it flies by once it starts. I would have loved an extra 10 minutes of horror madness, maybe more insight into the vampire world or a few more action beats. Fans coming strictly for the vampire angle might be slightly underwhelmed by the pacing. Sinners is the kind of movie we don't get often. An original high-budget horror film with something real to say. It's visually stunning, emotionally engaging, and culturally rich. While it's not flawless, it's ambitious and unique, and that's worth celebrating. And I'm giving Sinners a 4.5 out of 5. It's nearly perfect, and I'll absolutely be watching it again when it hits digital. But more importantly, I hope this paves the way for more bold, high-concept horror movies like this. I implore you all to go support this movie in theaters, as it's a cinematic treat that you will not be forgetting anytime soon. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, check out my Patreon. You can join for just $1 a month to help keep these videos coming, or pledge $5 a month to request a review of your choice. The link is in the description. Your support really means the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.